Good evening. I know, I like the rocky music.
Like that.
Good evening. I hope you are well. The time here in the United Kingdom has just struck 9 o'clock, which means it's another chance to look at our brand new one-day special. It's by Stamps by me, and I'm not alone. Look who's joining me. It's Helen Kirkham. How are you, love?
I'm really good. How are you?
I'm very well. Busy little launch.
Yes, well, I'm not surprised. They are stunning.
Well, this is the thing, and this is what Stamps by me and our Tony does so well.
Yeah, absolutely.
She gives you a concept and then lets you run with it, but gives you everything you need in masses.
Yeah, that's absolutely perfect way to describe it. You've got these beautiful plates, you've got these beautiful stamps, but how you choose to use them in your crafting is up to you. Whether you kind of just stamp them out, stick them on the front of the card and you're done, or you want to go a bit more like and adding sprays and inks. It's completely up to you, and I love it. And these are so beautiful and positive. Gorgeous.
Well, they really are. Now, you're going to get 4 sets of stamps. There's 4 sets of dies with these as well. I've changed my mind already. So you're going to see the stamps. I was going to do dies first, and I thought it made no sense. So you're going to see the stamps. So these are the stamps that you are getting. How beautiful are these? But these work with the dies. So this die that you see here cuts that out, so you haven't even got to be any good at fussy cutting anymore.
No, absolutely. It cuts it out perfectly for you. You've also got the detail to cut out these parts as well. And can I just point out what's really stunning about this one is that when you cut out here, if I can just, that's it, perfect, thank you. You get this beautiful embossed bit in the middle and on the sides as well, so you could put ink on that to bring that out. It'd be really, really gorgeous.
How beautiful are these? So these are the stamps that we're looking at the moment. Are these in the wrong order now? Oh, here we go.
There we go. This is the one. And what you'll see is all of these fit beautifully within the central circle. I just absolutely love this one. I think it's gorgeous. And you can see here, I don't know if you can pick it up completely on the screen, but what you get here is that beautiful embossed detail that you could do inking on, and you'd get that gorgeous embossed detail. And then the embossed detail also comes, I just said embossed detail several times, comes in that central part as well.
Is it embossed?
No, it's not embossed.
It's not an embossed detail. You can have an embossed detail. There it is. Look, so that just there.
Look at that. It's stunning. So ink that up and it will draw it out. But also you get, sorry, I'm just going to lift this up. I didn't.
No, go on, do it.
This bit as well. So this is the metal part we're talking about. This part here is also where you can then cut it out and add extra detail over the top as well. Super, super clever.
The other one on that board that I've just shown you is the hello that you're going to get in there with the beautiful butterflies. And I just love what they do, because that could be just used as a bit of cherry blossom coming in from the side. It doesn't have to go up or down.
Absolutely. I think that's the wonderful thing about it. You've got this beautiful central detail, but all these extra bits where you can then go creative and do what you kind of want on the card. I mean, I just think if you just cut that out, stamped it and popped it on a DL card, it would look stunning. I mean, and you're done then. And that's the thing. That's what's so wonderful about it.
Snippability in these as well. So you could snip that out if you wanted to snip the hello out and go around the left and just have the lid and put your own things in there if you wanted.
Build it up as well, do several levels if you cut out the hello from the middle and then just built the florals up. And these ones here, the gorgeous, beautiful and lovely, they all fit within that gorgeous die where you get beautiful edged detail, so dots and these, yeah, absolutely, there we go. So you get like the pin dots and things like that that add to that extra detail, so that's embossed as well.
So you get that beautiful embossed detail on all these. So there's 2, but there is 4 in total that you are going to get with these. So then let's move on. We'll just do the board so you can see straight from away from the boards that you've got there. Adore this. This is absolutely stunning.
It is, and what's really clever is you get this this sort of beautiful framing detail here, but if you pop that inside as well, you can cut into it. And I was saying in the earlier show, it would be really nice to actually a frame for a picture on scrapbooking and stuff like that. And another thing that we're talking about, and I say this every time I do a Stamps by Me show because I think it's really important, their sentiments are so unbelievably positive. You know, we all need happy birthday, we all need Merry Christmas. These are things that we need in our stash. But then you've also got, say you just want to send a card to cheer somebody up. So you've got, you're the artist of your life, don't give the paintbrush to anyone else. I mean, that's super, super important. In my opinion, this is, you've got one life to live, make it how you want it. Find beauty in the small things, stop and smell the roses. Just things that really will make someone smile. I love it.
Oh, I love this. Do what you love.
Yeah.
A single rose can be me. A single rose can be my garden. A single friend, my world. It's those little ones
so nice,
that can be, and it's like I said in the previous hour, this could be a card just to say, thinking of you.
Yes.
It could be a sympathy card if you wanted to go that road, especially with the roses. And then, I like the way they mix and match, because you could use those sentiments also on this one.
Absolutely.
Which work beautiful. But look at the detail that you're going to get in this. So if you like doing Tony's sort of messy, clean, watery,
Yes.
that looks like it's taken her weeks to do, but she's just spritzed a bit of ink and closed her Eureka.
Absolutely, there's a lot of space there for colour for you to have a go. And again, you get that embossed detail on the sides as well, so ink that up, bring that in. But again, I just want to point out how amazing, if you just had a 5x7 card, you cut this, you stamped it, you didn't even necessarily need to add colour if you don't want to. There's a 5x7 card done for you. So this is really, if you are into really getting creative, it's perfect. But also if you're really into, you know, your batch making almost, you just want to get these cards done quickly, because you've got that detail, you can as well. And remember, look at these sentiments. Flowers, and don't worry about how they're going to bloom. They just open up and turn towards the light, and that makes them beautiful. Things like that, as well as fitting gorgeously in this little section here, I think these would be perfect for inserts of cards as well, when you don't know 100% what you want to say. So you maybe pick one of the smaller ones for the front and the more detailed ones for the inside. And again, if I just pull this, you get that beautiful, sorry, I pulled it upside down. You get that beautiful detail as well. Something that I learned from Tony today, actually watching, because she had a craft event over on her studio, so that's why I'm here today, and she'll be here tomorrow. She had this die, and there was obviously all this extra metal that wasn't going to be used, so she didn't want to waste it. So they did these edges. So again, that's the kind of place that Stamps by Me are. They want to give you as much as humanly possible with what they're creating. So you can die cut these, you can layer them up, you could put them on different areas of the card as well. And remember, look at that ornate frame just on its own. That is stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. But then when you add those stamps and things, it takes it up a whole new level to really create beautiful cards that make you an absolutely fantastic artist.
Don't just think cards though.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
These. I think these call out for scrapbooking and those sorts of things, especially with some of the sentiments that you've got in there. You've got, as I said, what's the one I just found? Find the beauty in the small things and things like that. They can be put next to photos. It doesn't have to be all bells and whistles and all pictures. Maybe it's just the sentiments that you use today and you go down there. But the samples that you've got are absolutely stunning.
Yeah,
everyone is different.
Do you know what I think is amazing? Stamps by Me have got an absolutely incredible design team. And what's so fantastic is when you look at the different designs, what kind of people see in them, the colourways they choose to. And this one I'm about to show you.
You hold them up a bit.
Sorry, I apologise. What I just want, I'm going to put this down because I just want to show you, because I think this, there we go. This shows it for when you have a good stamp. When you have a beautiful detailed stamp, you do not need colour if you don't want to. Just a bit of black ink, a bit of white, and this has got a kind of shine to it. And it looks absolutely fantastic. That shows the sign of an amazing stamp.
Well, it really does. Then you can go.
Look at that, sorry.
Then you can go, but you can really take them to the next level. But you can stop whenever you want to stop. But you can turn them into shakers.
That is super, super clever. I love, who did that? Oh, Karen, super amazing. So good. I love the idea of just popping a bit of acetate behind that. So stunning. But again, I think that what you can see here, this is sort of just a very simple, a little bit of colour. But if you want to, you can go really different with it, add different colours and things like that. Add those butterflies. That's a mix and match there. This one, gorgeous, black and white, yet still stunning.
It really works. Wedding invitations and things like that would really, really work. And then you've also got a bit of glitter card that you're sticking behind. Then you can also move it to the bag. It's beautiful. It really is. 698-261 is your item number, £29.98. Remember, you are getting one of these for free as well. With the price that we've worked out, you are getting one of them for free. So it's well worth having a little look at all of these. 698, a quarter of the stock has already gone. 698-261. It's exclusive to us here as well. You've got 56 elements that you've got, which is absolutely running, and they all mix and match really well.
They do, and it's not a pick either. You're not picking between the four of them. You're getting the whole collection. So think about mixing and matching those sentiments as well. They work all beautifully. And things that you've got previously from Stamps by Me will work in there as well.
I like it. I like it. £29.98. Right then, something else that is brand new. Now, I did a Facebook Live at about 7:30 this evening. There was loads of people on that. You were on.
I was on.
There was loads of people going, I want this, I'm going to get this. I was like, hold off till 9 o'clock and get it then. For the sheer fact, this is beautiful. Now, contents doesn't come in. This is Tony's herself. I'm quite surprised she sent it in.
Yeah, I was wondering what she's doing for like sequins and things like that, because they're all here.
Look
and also, can I just let you know? I mean, not that Tony might not see this. Hopefully, she won't. I might steal some of these. No, I'm joking. I won't. But they're really gorgeous. There's really gorgeous sequins.
So, go on, I'll get you a bag.
Take this.
I'll get you a bag. Doug, find me a little jiffy bag. Now, the storage itself, I'm not going to open that one because I'm scared they're going to go everywhere.
Okay.
But let's open this one. So, it's a double lock system, which is what I like. So not only should you open it out, but once it's open, if little fingers wanted to get in, there's still closed compartments. And then this is the lid that comes off again.
Absolutely. So they're really protected, and there's 78 individual cases in here. And what's really amazing, if you are someone who maybe goes away to craft, or you go around a friend's house or something, you can just take the ones that you want, and that's cool. It's like a game.
I love this.
You can take the ones you want away. It's not like you have to take the whole thing with you if you don't want to. But also knowing that it sort of sits flat means that, and it's quite secure with those. It's really secure with those locks. Means that you can travel with it as well if you want to.
You can also see everything.
Yes, that's really important.
You can see, because if it's hidden, you don't use it.
No.
So we're here, you can see everything you've got because you've got the clear lid as well. You know immediately where you're going and what you're going to pick up. If you want red sequins, you can now go, oh, actually, I'll have the red ones. I know they're there, I can go in, I get them, I'm good to go with my little job. You're not pouring sequins, especially if you do things like, the gem art.
Oh, diamond dots.
You do diamond dots and things like that to put all the extra diamond dots in.
And also beads and things like that if you're into jewellery making. But I was saying earlier on the previous show as well, sometimes you get those little dies, you get a whole set and you get that one little die and you're always losing it. You could keep them in this as well. This doesn't just have to be sequin storage. There's loads of things that you could be keeping in these. I just think it's fantastic. And like you say, having the clear cover, it means it's so beautifully organised as well.
Well, you could put nuts, bolts and screws in there. I was also thinking, because there's loads of little caddies that are in here, a little pill box. If you take a lot of tablets, a lot of medication, if you go down that route, it's worth having a little think of. It doesn't have to be just for craft. You can use it for whatever you want to use it for. £33.29, 3 interest-free flexible payments on this as well. 750920 is your item number. Did I say how much has gone? Oh, you did mention it. Okay. I thought I must have misheard. Then. These.
I love these. They're so pretty. These are one of those things that you just want to look at. Like, like they're so usable, but you just want to stare at them. They're so pretty.
They're like a little special magic wand.
For crafting.
For crafting.
Crafty wand.
But they're actually a picker-upperer, and they're also your pokey tool that you've got there.
Absolutely. And I love the fact, just something simple, the idea that the wax end, that's your pickup tool, matches the colour. Do you know what I mean? It all works together with your crystals.
So with the blue, limited stock, or one has already sold out. Then you've got the... Oh, they just
Doesn't that look like something really fancy you give to someone just as they graduated or something?
Well, it would.
I love that. Yeah.
Limited stock, though.
That's gorgeous.
Limited stock, $7.99. So that'd be like... Oh, that'd be something ridiculous if you're in the club. Then the black, maybe you want one for him. Say that again, so you cut out. Nearly half the stock. Nearly half the stock has already gone. I think I'd go for the black as well.
Yeah, I like the onyx black. I think that's nice.
But for these prices, these could be put away gifts.
Well, like you're saying, sort of Secret Santa style gifts. But also, I was saying earlier, I'm one of those people that I love a pokey tool. I love the pickup tool. It's important. It's something I need to have in my stash because I don't want to be messing about with little beads and stuff like that. And that does it for you. But if I'm crafting downstairs, the tool will always be upstairs. So I try and buy a couple, and I've got them in different places in the house because otherwise I'll be like picking bits up, dropping it. So this is one of those things that you could absolutely buy more because you'll be using them a lot.
Guess what? Blue and gold have just sold out.
Wow.
Blue and gold have now technically sold out. If you wanted them, get them. We've only got the black available now, but I also like it because the old style pokey tools, there used to be a little wooden end on. I think everyone's got one.
Yes, yes.
With no cap on. So wherever you put it and drop it in a bag, it used to be a bag,
Absolutely.
sofas, everything. With this, it's all sealed. I know I'm not going to hurt myself with the pokey tool.
Absolutely, you're completely right. And most people put these upright in their tool bags.
Well, yeah.
Most people put in the little pockets of their tool bags, they put them upright. So you're completely right. You're completely protected there.
And with the wax as well, it's sort of, obviously don't leave them in direct sunlight because they are metal. They will get warm, they will melt. But it's safe.
Absolutely.
You know,
and
it's
the wax
safe in
ones,
there.
the wax ones last longer as well, which is really clever. I
Right
like
then,
that.
they're coming home with me. The black.
That is what I thought you were
all
doing
you've
at
got.
first.
Yeah, no, they're now mine. Sorry, Chad. 887689 is that item number. Just that little black one that you've got there now. £7.19 is what you are looking at. Right then. Shall we go for a demo? Let's do it. You check out the website. Everything is on the website for you that you have here. It's worth having a little look. There is loads more on the show as well. We've got the beautiful scene dies and stamp dies. Oh my word, the postage stamp dies are are absolutely beautiful. We've also got the, I want to say the brand new Eureka 101 with extras at a ridiculous price. You're getting watercolours in there, watercolour cardstock in there as well, and you get all the benefits of the Eureka. It's worth having a little look at that one if I was you, because I've never seen it with the ink pad before and with the paper. Right then, what are we starting with?
Okay, so I'm going to start with the Blossom Vine and those retro stamps that you just sort of touched upon there. I'm just going to pop this to one side. I just want to talk to you about when you get your dies and your stamps and things home. So this is the packaging it comes in, and I would recommend to keep it in this packaging. Not only do you know what it is you've got here, but it also keeps it safe. But also when it comes to Stamps by Me, what you get is this QR code at the bottom. Now this is on all of Stamps by Me's packaging. If you scan that with your smartphone, your smart tablet, with the camera, it will take you to the Stamps by Me inspiration website. Now, what I want to tell you about that, which is really amazing, that is inspiration for all of these products that you're seeing. So you can go on there, say you've watched the show, or you're going to watch tomorrow's show with Tony, and you've had a look, you've decided you want to purchase some of these things, but when they get home, you're thinking, actually, I don't know what I was thinking, I can't remember what I wanted to do with it. You go onto there and you can see all inspiration with these products. And also, it's really important to say that these are added to constantly. Tony is always making new videos, always putting on there. So today you could go on and there's like 700s, tomorrow who knows. They will be continually added to. And another thing to note, if you just, for example, you just got that main bundle, that's the one you bought, the four dies and stamps, you can still see inspiration for other Stamps by Me products.
Okay,
so it's not
good.
like you only get access to the one product that you've purchased. You get access to all the videos, all the inspiration, which is really important. Now, because I think it's one of those things, Stamps by Me want to hold your hand and continue on. It's not just, it doesn't end once we're here. Right, so with the Blossom Vine, I'm going to open this up and just show you that what you get inside. So you've got your stamps here, and then you've got your dies here as well. And these are those two sort of cut-out dies that I was talking about, and you can see where that embossed detail is going to be. But before we do that, I just want to do a bit of sort of messy craft, if you will.
That's fine.
Okay, so I've got some that beautiful watercolour card that you were just talking about that comes with the Eureka. It's A4 size when you get the Eureka, but I just cut it down so it fits perfectly through my die cutting machine. And I've got a little plastic pot here, and I've got some Eyes Ink sprays, and we're just gonna spray. Are you about to step back?
No, you're fine. Honestly, you're fine.
That's the point of the box. It keeps it all inside for you. I also want to say, I know when people use spray bottles, they like to do it in cardboard boxes, but I would give you a little bit of a tip. I would say do it in a plastic pot. Reason being, I'm not taking my own advice, but reason being is if I sprayed that now, I could put some watercolour and none of that ink would be wasted. Right, we're just going to dab this down so we get some of this colour coming away.
We've had a beautiful email in.
Okay.
Beautiful email. Good evening, Adam, Helen, and
Hello.
all of the crafty crew. That's you, Doug. You got better.
Oh, that's nice.
I love Helen, and she's a breath of fresh air.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much.
A breath of fresh air. I love Stamps by Me. Helen shows off to their best from Nessa from Stoke-on-Trent.
Thank you so much, Nessa. That's really lovely. So I've just taken a Stamps by Me stamp and added a bit of detail. Then what we're going to do, I'm just going to dry this off with a heat tool really quickly. I think what's wonderful about things like this is you don't have to be too precious about it, and every time you use this technique of using spritzers and stuff like that, you're going to get a different look. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull some of this colour back with a wet wipe. So I want to take some of that off. Don't want it to be too dark. Okay, and then we're going to, I'm happy with that, that's fine, we're going to take that away. And what we will do is now we will die cut. Let's just check this is dry enough. It should be fine. If I were at home, I'd probably leave it just that little bit longer. but it should be fine. Now, this is watercolour card. Watercolour card is a denser material than your sort of standard card. So you may find that if you're using watercolour card, you'll need to send it through your die cutting machine a couple of times just to get that, I'll do it this way, just to get that sort of embossed look, okay? So don't think that if you're doing it once it doesn't go through. It's nothing to do with the die cutting machine, it's nothing to do with the die, it's just the denseness of the material, okay? And again, I said this earlier, if you are new to crafting and this is maybe your first sort of dipping your toe into the world of craft, and you get the dies home in your die cutting machine and it starts to make a crunchy noise, that's expected. You want that noise, okay? That's just the die going through with the pressure. It's nothing wrong. Okay. And then we're going to just take this away.
Oh, that's a nice little frame though. I wouldn't be throwing them away.
No, you could keep, absolutely, you could keep that. Now, I just want to, hang on. Push that.
Got left.
Well, it's just a core on the corner, so I'm just going to push that through. So what we've got now is our die, and what we need to do is we're going to do the stamping. Now you have a choice, it's completely up to you whether you choose, whether you choose to stamp first and die cut afterwards. It's completely up to you. Either way, it's going to work fine. And then I'm going to bring my Eureka out here from its little pouch. I just love it when something has a pouch. It means it's really posh when it's got its own bag. So this is, we've got our die. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do it in a dark black ink. So we get our stamp, like so. And what you're going to do is you're just going to line it up. So let's just line that up. It lines up pretty easy. It's pretty sort of self-explanatory where it goes. And if you've got a tiny little border as well, so if you find that it's stamped slightly off kilter, it really doesn't matter. You know, don't panic about that sort of thing. And then we're going to go in now. What I might do, so something that's really amazing about the Eureka is if I went in with a block, and I sometimes do stamp smaller stamps with a block, but if I went in a block like this, and we've got quite a lot of colour going on here, and so I'm going to want this stamp to be quite dark. So the first time I go over, it may not be dark enough, and so I've got the Eureka. I do not have to worry because nothing's going to move. I've got my magnets holding my paper, and I've got my door here holding the stamp. If you tried to do this with a block, you might find it a bit more difficult, so I would always recommend using a tool. See, I want to make that slightly darker, like so. And because I have my Eureka, it's exactly the same position, so I don't get sort of that halo look you get when you try and line it up.
You have to be, I find you have to be very clever to do a block stamp. You have to be on the ball for block stamping. I can't do it. I can't master it.
Well, this sort of size, I mean, like I say, in my earlier show, I used the butterfly from the Slimline, and I could do it. That was all right. You know, it was small enough, and it wouldn't have noticed too badly if I hadn't done it perfectly. But a stamp this size, no way. I'd never be able to line it back up. My eyesight's just not that good. Right, so we've got our stamp. Now what I'm going to do is, again, on my Eureka, I'm going to get out my retro stamp here.
Okay.
Now, these are a beautiful set of stamps. Really gorgeous, but what I'm going to do is just hold it in my hand. I'm not even going to worry too much about which part of the stamp I'm using. So, it's holding onto my sheet quite well. That's good. That's
a sign of a good stamp.
Wow, it is. It's really holding on. I've used these a lot. Yeah. Don't pull too hard, but it'll take a bit of pulling off the sheet. That's fine. And then I'm just going to get, even though we just had the conversation about a block, I'm just going to get a block. Now, reason being, this is a large stamp, and I know I've just sat and told you all about the idea of don't use a large stamp, but when you're doing something sort of slightly mixed media-y, I'm not too bothered whether it goes completely. The idea here is just to get a bit of texture going down. So if you miss a part, it doesn't matter. So we're just going to go in.
This is a beautiful stamp. Let me quickly show you the stamp. You've got like New York that's on there. You've got United States of America with the crest. There's their postcard that I can read there. Luftpost that you got. How beautiful is that? Absolutely stunning. Not only though do you get this one, you also, I think this is my new favourite stamp of all time. Look at that. I absolutely love it. There are lots of cities. I thought this earlier when I was looking at it. You've got like San Francisco, you've got Big Ben in there. I'm going for Taj Mahal that you've got in there. A little sort of city landscape, could be Chicago, could be New York, that you've got down there. The tower with the stick on, you've got that as well, that world famous tower. Oh, I don't know either, but then you've got the birds. I like the birds go. Love this, absolutely love it, because you can be creating mixed media cards that look a little bit like these. They are absolutely stunning. All of this, £17.99 is what you're getting on this one. Right, what we missed? You chewing along then?
So this is my, again, see what I see? I missed a part, but I don't care. It's not about perfection. It's about texture, okay? So I'm not worrying that I've clearly missed a part there. And there we go. We've got beautiful detail. And then we've just added a little bit of glue on the florals here and added some glitter as well. So proper sort of, you know, playing messy, having fun with it. I think that's really important here. You've got these beautiful stamps and these beautiful dies that can be done simply, very perfect, you know, a lot of watercolour, or you can do something like this, just a bit messy, having a bit of fun, sort of get a load of pieces of paper, spray a load, have a bit of a good time with it. This is a Stamps by Me die I've got here, and I'm just going to use it because I think sometimes when you've got something quite striking like this, there's a lot of stuff going on this. I'm not, you know, I'm not going to lie, there's a lot of stuff going on the watercolour cards here. So I'm just using the white and black of the back of the card, so I make sure that that pops out. So we're just going to stick this on here. Now these go perfectly onto a 5x7 card, but I've actually got a slightly larger one. Just give me a second, because again, I've put a lot of liquid on here, so the cards become a little bit more watery, so I'm just going to hold it so it sticks perfectly.
If you've got any emails as well, got any questions, email them in, studio@creatingcraft.com. If you've bought the set, I want to know what you're going to be doing with it. Email me in, studio@creatingcraft. If you've bought it, or if you've bought other Stamps by Me stamps, maybe you're a big fan, send in your pictures.
Absolutely.
I want to know what you've been up to with them, because it's you that's going to enhance somebody else's work. It's you that's going to say, oh, actually, if they can do it, I'll have a go as well. So send me your pictures in. Send me your pictures, studio@creatingcraft.com. But look at that for a finished card.
Thank you.
From start to end, we saw the lot.
And it's one of those things, it didn't take a long time. Anybody could absolutely do this, but just by having this amazing deco plates, these beautiful stamps, you can create something really stunning, really easily. And I just think that that would cheer somebody up.
Well, it really would.
Well, I hope so, anyway.
Well, no, it would, because it could be that just notelet. That could be a journal page. I know, just because we make cards, it doesn't have to be a card if you don't want to do it. And remember, that's only one set that you are using. You are another 3 sets that you get with this as well. So it's not just this one, there are another 3. Should we walk? Let's do it. So, what you are getting in this is, I saw the shop, but I had to wait for it. So you're getting all 3 sets. Now, with the price that you're paying here, one of these are free. You can choose whichever one you want, but one of them will be free. So you're only really paying for 3. Now, you get the stamps and the dies included as well. Let me break this down and show you. So you're going to get the beautiful stamps, okay? So you've got those stunning little stamps that's in there. Then you get the die to match. This is the die to match with the 3 little things that go down there for those 3 little captions that you've got as well. Okay, so you've got this. That frame comes out in the middle, so you have got that beautiful frame. Then on the other side, you get this die. Doesn't look much as in die form, but when you pop the stamp over the top, now it sort of makes sense. Let's do it that way. So it makes sense. So you've got that beautiful free space in the middle, but that free space is full of your die for your embossed lines that you've got going around there. You also get those little extra dies in, so you can throw into the corners. That's just one set that you're getting. Remember, there are 4 sets in this collection. Then you get this. I like this one as well. Some of the sentiments say, you make me laugh. You make me laugh. That's one of the sentiments. I'm not just saying it randomly. You make me laugh. You have loads on here. I'm endless crafting myself. That's in there. You are my sunshine. Be thankful for what you have. I like that one. I like that one as well. Then you've got more in here. So you've got stop and smell the roses. It's always a good one. Find beauty in the small things. You are the artist of your life. Don't give the paintbrush to anybody else. Close scene. £29.98, and you get the dies thrown in there as well. 698261 is the item number. Remember, you're getting 4, but you're only paying for 3. Then, to complement it, we've got the Poppy Days in here. We've not seen this one yet. Let me show you it in die form that you're getting. Actually, I'll show you the board, because then you see the outer edge as well. So you get this beautiful outer edge, which is beautiful. Then you get this, which doesn't look much in this form, but when you start throwing in the stamp that you're getting there as well, you're then going to get things that look like this. So you're going to get that beautiful scalloped edge that goes all the way around the edge. Then each individual leaf has also been cut out. So that means you can then do cards like these. How beautiful are these? Quick and simple cards, but pack a punch. £24.29 is what you're looking at. Already 60% of the stock has already gone. It's worth having a little look if I was you. Then we've got our duo. We've just seen one of these being used that's in there. I love them both though. I do love that little scene that you've got, just like that inspiration. They've all got QR codes on the background as well, but that little scene, little blend with a yellow and a little sunshine that you've got in there, it genuinely looks like a Matthew Palmer water piece. It's absolutely beautiful. £17.99, 630493 is your item number that we're looking at on this one, and it will also be on 2 interest-free flexible payments. 630493 is the item number that you're looking at. £9 today on Flexi with a £17.99 saving. If you've not got a stamp platform, this is the one you may want to go for the sheer fact you are getting so much in this kit. Like, I couldn't see you then, a right foot as you're running down the counter like you're on Price is Right.
This is what I want to win.
Yeah. If you're winning this, how much would you put on this? We're not giving away anything, just so you know.
No, we're absolutely not.
We're not. This is not Price is Right.
We've got amazing deals. But...
We have got amazing deals.
Yeah.
We're not giving nothing away. £16.49 is what you're paying, though, which is a steal. Yes. Of a price is what you're getting on this one for 3 interest-free flexible payments. Let's look around the gift that you've got here that you could be getting. Where do you want to start? Should we start with the new stuff?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's start with the paper.
Yeah, so you saw me use the watercolour paper just a moment ago. Again, this is A4, cut it down, make it A5 if you want to. This is a beautiful weight card, and what's amazing about it, you saw it took a lot of water, and as much as I gave everybody sort of the whole idea of it's watercolour card, it may need a little bit of extra cutting. It didn't need extra cutting. It did it really well. You got that beautiful embossed look. And can I just say, having this with the Eureka, amazing.
It is really. You're getting 16 sheets.
Absolutely.
It's 300 GSMs. Good quality cardstock is what you're looking as well. From there, you're also getting watercolour paints.
Absolutely. These are really clever, because if you are someone who likes to go out in the world, maybe paint a beautiful tree in your garden or out in, you know, wherever you like to go, or even at home, whatever you want to do. But it's a travel kind of set where it all moves in together. So it's all protected. There's going to be no damage when you're taking this out. You get a brush in there, watercolour brush.
I love this. So you've got all your colours there, and then when you want one, so each one's got a different amount, bring it out. You've got all 3 colours that you need. You've then got all 4 colours. They are genuinely all the colours that you are going to need.
Absolutely. Remember, you can mix them, because once you take this off here, sorry, not that, this, not that part, that doesn't go off. This bit here, that is like a mixing tray for you. So if you keep all those out, you can mix the colours. See, let me just, there we go. See?
Oh.
Sorry, I was trying to do it over the top of you, but there you go. So you've got your little mixing tray as well. So if you've got all those beautiful colours, but you can also mix them. Little
Shillam in tech at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
He said he would like one of these.
Oh.
He's a painter. He likes them.
Nice.
He said they're very, very good. So it's worth having a little go. Then you get your folder as well. This, I need that. It's very rare. I need one of these.
Yeah, it's so amazing. Every time I use this, I discover another use. And this is, we're talking about the fact that it's got your scoreboard in there. It's also got the scoring tool to make envelopes and gift boxes. You've got the foam at the bottom, which is out here, which makes it great to be able to use lots of different styles of stamps. It's 3mm thick, so you can stamp onto MDF.
Okay.
You get your paintbrush. You also get your little wells here. Now, these were created... Sorry, I'm saying it quite quickly, and I'm expecting you to keep up. These are your... You know what it is? I speed up because every time I want to be able to tell you everything that you get because it's so useful. These little wells, I always say to everybody, now, these were originally created, obviously, for your watercolours, because this is a watercolour palette. But what I recommend is when you're doing watercolouring and you have a little bit left in it, don't clean it out. Let it dry and then spritz it with some water and you can reactivate it and use it outside. Also, if I can just do this, if you take away the scoreboard, you've got a magnetic tool. This is wipe clean. So when you put the magnet on, you can also use it to hold your stencils in place because no matter what you're using, you'll be able to clean it off here. Off the side, yeah. This is why I put washi tape around my magnet, so it's easier to take off. And then if we can just close this.
Of course we can. Close away.
You see here, this, I just want to take it, I'm sorry, I'm taking it off. I'm taking it. Right, no, I want to just sort of say to you, this is super clever. Now, this is our door here. You saw how I used it. You need one of these to be able to use the stamping precision thing. Obviously, you're going to need some sort of door. This is also wipe clean, so this can also become like your glass mat, so your messy mat. Okay. But on top of that, can you see these lines here? 8x8, 7x7 and so on. If you put an 8x8 card here and you put your stamp on this little cross here, that is the centre of an 8x8 card. Put your 7x7 card, this is the centre of a 7x7 card. How super clever is that? It's so amazing. Also, if I can just turn it, this is soft.
Yeah.
Protected so that it holds it in place when you're using it as well on wherever your desk or what have you. And then finally, one last time, we talked about having your watercolours in here. You could also, if you're painting, have water in here, so you could use it to clean your brushes. But I know people also, because you get the foam pack piece that goes in here, it's down here, you can't see it, it's not in here. Because you get the foam piece, you can put like pins and things on that and hold your jewellery in place and then put your beads in here. And if you put, because obviously this is going to open, if you put your beads in here and put an elastic band around it, they'll be secure when you come back to it, and then you pop it in your little case.
In this little bag, and it comes with a little bag as well. It comes with 2 paintbrushes. You're also going to get your paints in there. You're getting your watercolour paint thrown in as well. Your paper, automatically thrown in that you've got in there. It's worth having a little look at all of it. It's £16 and 49 pence. I don't want to lose the paintbrush. £16 and 49 pence for all of this. And the first time I've seen it with the beautiful paints in there as well. You can get all of that for 3 flexible payments of £16.49. It's worth having a go. £38 and 50 pence saving is what you are looking at on this one. The Eureka 101 with colours, palette and paper as well. 148739 is your item number. Jump to the website. You'll find everything on the website for you. It's all there, even that brand new box. Even a paper trimmer. I need a lot of things on this show. Even a professional paper trimmer, a paper edger, and also a trim to the blades as well. Look at it, I just stopped to read, so I didn't know what it was. So you've also got everything that's also on there. Never follow me. Then you've also got all the new dies. They are available individually, but the biggest saving is that one. When you go for all 4, you're only paying for 3. Well then, we've still got a while. We've still got 20 minutes.
Okay, so I'm going to use this beautiful skyline stamp here. So you get that gorgeous skyline that you were talking about, included with all those different places. I think you named them. And then you get that beautiful sort of flutter of birds. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create myself a little halo. So what I've done is, this is just a piece of waste card from a basic circle die that Stamps by Me offer. And I'm just going to make myself almost like a little sunset. So let's start here. I've got some distress inks, but you can sort of use whatever inks you want to use. And I'm just going to get some colour down. I'm not worried too much about how sort of solid it is, because again, you know, when you look at skylines, they're sort of misty and otherworldly. So I'm going to go with that. So we're just going to add our pink here. Again, I always think whenever I see You know, whenever I see these sort of waste pieces of circles and stuff, I'm always like, I want to keep them, because it's just so much easier to go through this than chuck it in the bin and then try and find a circular stencil with the right size, because obviously you've got your basic dies from Stamps by Me, they come in different sizes. So we're just going to go down, and again, normally I would say to you, you don't want all those, like, you see I've got circles.
Yeah, but you do want them.
But this is what I'm, yeah, the whole idea here is I'm kind of making it look as mystical as possible. So I'm not worried about that sort of detail that I've got going on there. So let's just do a little bit more of our pink, just to get them to blend a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Again, if I was at home, I might do it a little bit solider. Solider, is that a word? More solid?
We'll go with it.
More solid. So there we go.
Oh,
Perfect circle. A, because I used the waste from my basic die, but B, because I have this beautiful magnetic sheet underneath my foam, and the magnets hold it so well in place that it didn't move. So there we go. Let's take that out, and I'm going to put my foam pad back in. And then we're going to bring in this beautiful stamp. Now, what I love about this, A, it's a beautiful size stamp. It's a good size. This is a sort of a topper for a card on its own. But because you've got all these different landscapes and things like that, like the Taj Mahal, Big Ben, things like that, you could also sort of snip into it. I'm not saying snip into the stamp. I'm saying like stamp card. Just parts of the card. I mean, you could, I wouldn't snip into the stamp, no.
No, don't do that.
So what we're going to do is we're going to pop this down. And actually, do you know what? Before we do that, I might just add a little bit of water, because these are distress inks, so they're going to activate. Let them sort of play around, and we'll take some of that away.
This reminds me of the, you know, when you go on holiday and they do them spray paints.
Oh yeah, like on T-shirts and stuff.
Yeah, and they do like worlds, and it's like another, it's all space, and they do it. And
yes, and they've got lots of pieces of paper.
And they have pieces of paper, like crumpled up newspaper, and they dab it off. And it looks like a mess. By the time they finish, they go, oh my words.
I mean, actually, I was thinking sun, but actually, it feels a little bit more like a moon now. Yeah. Again, look how well these. This is a stamp I've used several times, and it holds onto the thing so well. Come on. There we go. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to decide, do I want the whole thing? Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it over slightly, because I want it to go all the way across my paper. So actually I'm going to use the base to hold it in sort of central and lined correctly. So there we go. So, oops, sorry.
No, it's all right, it's me.
So this is a big stamp. I say it all the time as well. This is what's so amazing about the Eureka, just on the basic of levels. If I tried to stamp this perfectly with a block, I would never be able to do it. You know, blocks are great if you're not worrying about that, but when you want to get the full coverage of this beautiful stamp,
I like this stamp. You
know, you want to make sure that you've got the whole thing covered.
There's also something very, and I know it's not before solicitors start jumping on board. And lawyers,
go on.
it's very Peter Pan-esque. You know, when they're
sure.
flying, you know, when they're flying over London town.
Yeah, yeah.
When they're flying to Neverland.
Here we go.
It's that's a lot. After Neverland, third star on the right.
Right, now I can clearly see I've missed a piece. Like 100%, but I want to make it darker as well.
Okay.
So you see here, I always say to people though, there is a little bit of ink left on there. So before you re-ink it, make sure you've used all the ink that's there. Because so many times you re-ink and you didn't actually need to, you just needed to turn it back over and press it again. So again, this is a stamp you may need to do a couple of times. It's a large stamp, so don't worry. And there we go. And we're nearly done, I think.
Oh,
hang on. Hang on.
Oh, hang on, don't. Oh, yes.
There we go.
Keep your O's to yourself till I've finished.
So there we go, our beautiful stamp here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one of our sets, because again, the whole idea of the amazing sets here is they are versatile. They work with other Stamps by Me collections. So let's go with that one. I don't know why I put this over, because obviously I'm going to use it again. So let's take my stamp off.
What's the first thing you do when you get a new set of stamps?
What's the first thing I do?
Yeah. As in, like, what do you do
Stamp with them?
Yeah, but how do you get your instant?
Don't know, is this a trick question?
No,
or-
because obviously, if you've never had these stamps before,
Yes.
how do you know what to do with them?
do?
Like,
Oh, okay.
if it's a new range, yes, we've got all of Tony's ideas that should show you how to make cards. But if you just want to go right, and I'm going to want I want to. Hello, I've turned into Granville. I want to make one of my own.
Yeah.
That's the arc, right? If I want to make my own, where do you start? So what's the process that you go through when you got this home? First of all,
Yes.
what was the first thing you did?
Okay, fine. Right, so I was kind of playing with you now. Obviously, I knew what you meant. I always think the first thing you look at, the first thing you think of.
Yeah.
So for me, as soon as I saw this, I thought sun. I thought
Okay.
distressed ink background, sun, and I did that. And I always think go with that first, because as you're crafting with it, you'll
see
start
others.
to think of other things. But yeah, I always think something like this. Okay, black ink, a little bit of distress ink or inks that you've got at home. You don't even need to. It doesn't have to be a distress ink if you don't want to. What you've got in your stash, and that is simple, easy. Yeah, I think it's effective when you pop it on a card, and someone will look at that and go, "Wow, how did you do that?" And of course,
That's
you know how
true.
simple it is. But yeah, why? What do you do if you see a stamp? What's the first thing
No,
you
I
do?
don't know. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
Obviously what I do is I just copy people on the telly because that's what I stand here and learn and watch. But I like to sit in colour. That's what I like to do. So I just stamp in
Yeah.
colour. That's all I ever do. I stamp it, colour it, put it to one side, and move on. But if you're buying things like the one-day special,
Yes.
what would you do that? Because there's a lot of stamps and a lot of dies, so it could be quite daunting if you're just starting off. And I'm not telling you how to suck eggs, because you know what you're doing out there. But for those people that are new, that is absolutely stunning.
Thank you.
But for those people that are going for the one-day special, what would you say to those sorts of people?
Well, I personally.
So what do you do with them sorts of sets?
So personally, when it comes to Stamps by Me stamps, and these ones particularly, they've got a lot of detail on them. These are perfect stamps for doing your colouring. So you're get your alcohol markers out, get all your different sort of colouring mediums, stamp out, say 4 or 5. So stamp out all 4.
Yeah.
Don't even bother cutting them yet. Just stamp them on some watercolour cards, some super smooth, whatever card you've got, and just have a play and see what it looks like when you're doing it.
good idea.
Because I think the thing is, we sometimes look at something like that, 4 dies, well, more than 4 dies,
it
more
is.
than several stamps, and you think, oh, it can be a bit daunting. Don't try and run before you can walk. Just stamp them out and colour them in and see what becomes of it. Because even if you colour it out and you go, actually, I hate that, I don't like what I've done, I'm going to redo it some other way. Well, what is it? It's a piece of paper and you've had a bit of time and a bit of fun doing it. And also, can I also say, I just kind of want to backtrack as well about what I just said. Please don't chuck away the things that you make, because you might look at it and go, I really don't like that. But someone you give it to may go, wow, that's incredible, I love it. So these are the types of things. Stamps by Me really make it possible for you to become an artist. You just have to do a few simple things and you can be creating something so beautiful. I mean, I'm not sitting here going, this is the most beautiful card ever. I like what I've done, but it really didn't take a lot. I've got some black ink, a couple of colours and a piece of waste.
That's
That
true.
was waste circle, and I've created a card. If I handed this over to someone, they'd be going, oh, that's amazing. I really want to learn how to do that. And it's really easy to teach someone. It took me, 5 minutes tops.
It is worth having a little go, but from that, if you're going for the one-day special, you've got how beautiful are these? Just plain and simple, just stamped out and coloured in that you've got. You've also then got the added borders that we showed you. You get the dies for all of these. You haven't got to go big and grandeur if you don't want to. Taking the frames and using them quite simply, using black and white that you've got on there. From black and white, mixing and matching once you find your feet and you know what to do. Shaker cards, bringing them forward, putting vellum that you've got on the inside. If you wanted to go down that route, you can. How beautiful is this? From that and also that on a table, absolutely stunning. To these as well, just literally, that is grey ink. Grey ink stamp cut out on pink cardstock, a little butterfly, bosh, done, that you've got there. From there, you've also then got a bit of mirror card. Maybe it's a bit of mirror card that you don't really know what to do with. We'll now start turning them into cards. We are very busy, and I can sort of see why now as well, for the Eureka, the brand new Eureka. You think it's not brand new, I've seen it before. You may have seen it before, but it's a brand new bundle. It's the first time we've bought the Eureka with stuff to play with, because you are getting a ready-made kit. I feel, if you don't use the Eureka for a stamping platform, and as we said, you use it as a artist board, you get everything you need in here, literally just to pick up, go and sit in the middle of a field and start painting sheep if you wanted to.
Yeah, I completely agree. So first, when you get yours home, it's going to come in a box, obviously, but it's going to come in this beautiful little pouch. Now, this is what I want you to keep your Eureka in, because this is going to keep it protected. Okay? So we're going to take out all the bits that you get when you get this home, and I'm going to pop this down. Right, so when you get it home, first of all, you're going to see you've got a scoreboard and a score tool. So let's show you kind of how that works. I'll take our magnets out. What you're going to do is you're going to pop it in here, like so, and it fits perfectly, so you don't get it wobbling around when you're scoring. It goes to 8 inches by 8 inches. So you've got your score tool to do your scoring for making your cards, or if you're adding extra embossed detail onto cards as well, using a scoreboard can be quite nice for that. Then you're going to turn it over. So you've made your beautiful card, you've scored it, you're going to now want to be creating an envelope or a gift box in different depths as well. Also, I love using this, I know I just said it again, but I think it's something, when we've got cards and things at home, sometimes we do a stamp and the background is just a bit too plain and we don't know what to do with it. If you put your card over the top, say this, pretend this is a card, if you put it over the top and scored along it and actually just created a really cool embossed accent onto your card, it doesn't have to just be for envelopes. So you get both of those in your little kit here. Then you've got this wipe clean magnetic sheet and you get your bars. Now mine are really dirty and I can only explain to you why, is because I was saying when this is a really strong magnet and they really hold in place, that you can see I'm trying to move them and it's quite difficult. I always put a little bit of washi tape on because that helps to peel it off. The reason the washi tape isn't on there is because it was looking quite dirty in my last show, so I cut the washi tape off to put new ones on, and I forgot to put new ones on. Right, so...
We only get one magnet in that kit though, don't we?
Yes, absolutely. This is a secondary magnet, but that's fine. It works just as well. And then what you're going to do is things like this. So you saw me earlier with my circle, but it's quite easy to use it as a platform to do your stenciling in and things like that. It's not moving, you're not having to worry about holding it too much. I've got my hand here as just an anchor, but I'm not pushing heavy or anything like that. And then you can take your magnet off and you can be creating beautiful things with your stencils that you've already got at home. Then we're going to put this back in, but I just want to tell you before I do that, this is 3mm high, which means that you can put MDF and things on here and stamp on it as well. But also with your foam mat here, you want a foam mat when you're doing stamping because you want that soft pressure as you're pushing. You might find sometimes if you are stamping on like a glass mat or something and you're finding that it's not stamping correctly, using something like a foam pad is going to help you because you've got that push, but it's not a hard push like it would be on a glass mat. So then what you can be doing is you can be using your all your stamps and things like that to go on here, your clear stamps and everything, but if you've got slightly larger stamps as well, you can take that off. But again, as I say, it's not going to stamp perfectly without that foam, so you want to keep that in there.
Nice.
You've got your wells here, and your, obviously my my brush is not here, but your brush will be fitting here, and that comes with you. A brush comes in the set. You can be using this for your watercolour. You can be using this for just your water to clean your brushes in. Again, I was saying to Adam earlier, if you've got watercolour and you allow it to dry in here, just a spritz of water and you can reactivate this, so you really can absolutely travel with this. You can also put your beads in here. So if you are doing jewellery making or something like that, you can use the foam pad to hold your jewellery in place. You can also put your beads in here. I would say if you're going to do that though, when you close it, pop a little elastic band around or something just so that these don't fall out. You can also put gems and things. I think you were saying about when you do those diamond dot projects or things like that, sort of the crystal art, you can be putting those in here as well by colour.
Do you like these ones?
Oh, very iridescent. Oh,
there you go, take some home. No one knows.
So yeah, absolutely. You can be, when you're doing your cards, so you've got your tool here, and you can be picking them up.
Oh, look, yes.
With your tool.
See, there's a reason for this if the boss asks.
So there you go. That's how perfect that is. So they work together. And then I want to talk about the front.
Let's do it.
So this is how it works in terms of a stamp. You saw me earlier. You pop the stamp on here and the door picks it up. So this is kind of at its basic level, it is a stamping press, but obviously you can see it is so much more. And then I want to talk to you just a little bit about here. As I said, this is wipe clean. Mine's a bit dirty. I will apologise about that, but it is wipe clean. I just don't bother to wipe it. So you can be using this as a messy mat. You can also put your 8x8, 7x7, 6x6, 5x5 and 4x4 cards and 5x7 here. And what you do when you put your card blanks in those places, if you pop the stamp on the corresponding cross, that is the centre of the card. I just think this is so incredible. I'm going to tell you that I use this all the time, whether I am prepping for my shows or I'm just crafting at home with my nieces and my nephew. I'm always using this tool because it's so versatile. We as crafters, we see a lot of stuff and there's a lot of craft tools that we look at and we like. But I always like a craft tool that's going to do more than just what it kind of basically is.
True.
And this is one of those tools. The more you use it, the more you will find out that it does. And that's what's super clever about it, because it's going to work for you. And I'm not just saying here because I'm telling you, you know, because we're selling it. The idea here is that I absolutely love this tool. It's completely truthful to you, and I want you to be able to get the best out of it, and you will if you get this home.
It is true.
So
whether you
amazing.
are a crafter, as in a card maker, a scrapbooker, you're a stamper, maybe let's say, or if you are a watercolour artist, for example, this would still work. Where other platforms maybe won't. I'm not knocking them, they've all got a place in the market. But with the Eureka, this was built in mind for as a workstation.
Yeah.
Tony had it in mind. It is a workstation.
Absolutely.
If you haven't got a craft room, this is what you would craft on.
Absolutely.
It's wipe clean, so you can make your cards on the top of it, but then you can wipe it clean after if you're going to get messy. You can open it out, get your watercolour pens and scribble it on to the lid, and then pick them up with your water brush if you wanted to. Because it's not all about stamping with the Eureka. This is what I love about it. It's not just about stamping. You've also got the scoreboard that's in there to make envelopes in there as well. It is a crafting station. And for the first time, Tony's thrown in your watercolours and she's also thrown in your papers as well. 148739 is your item number, £16.49 across 3 interest-free flexible payments. We've only got 30 seconds left.
Really? I wasn't even listening. They were saying I wasn't paying attention.
30 seconds left.
Wow.
Tony's back in tomorrow at 10 and 2.
10 o'clock and 2 o'clock,
And
absolutely.
when will we see your little face again?
I'll be here on Wednesday with the Card Hut.
Oh, we shall see you then for the Card Hut. Don't you go anywhere either. Check out your baskets if you've got things in there. It's worth having a little go, because I don't want you to miss out on this one-day special or anything else for that matter. Especially that new bead counter as well. It's worth having a little look at that. Right then, I will see you tomorrow at 3. Thank you, Helen, my love. I'll see you tomorrow.
Hi, my name's